Now, dating and how dating is evolving is a very interesting thing, because if you really, really think about it, the way boomers were dating, that is our parents, how they dated is very different from the times have changed, the technologies have changed, the rules, the status quos, the cultures, a lot has changed, you know. The way people used to dress, where people used to meet, all of these things have changed in comparison to now, which is the millennials. And millennials also are learning a lot. There's been a lot of transition, because some of us, when we were younger, is when the cell phones were starting to come up, you know. You remember that kisimu you used to weka alafu inarudi nyuma unaeka tena namba ingine inarudi nyuma unaeka tena namba ingine inarudi nyuma mpaka udial all the whole number. Those things have changed. We've changed from times when phones had to have an aerial for it to get signal. Ulikuwa nakavuruta hivi kana panda hivi ndio upate signal. We've changed from having to deal with cash to using mobile money services. We've changed from how people used to meet in church or meet through friends and mutuals between them, to now you can actually meet a stranger on the internet via dating apps, via social media. A lot has changed. A huge chunk of our lives have changed. We've changed in the way women didn't have money or didn't have steady jobs, and now women have money and they can date who they want to date. They can choose where they want to go on these dates. A lot has changed, and therefore it is important for us to actually have conversations around how these changes are causing us to rewrite the way we are dating now. And I think even when you started dating at around 16, when you were a teenager, versus now, there's probably a huge significant change. I would like to know, is there a huge significant change that happened when you started dating versus now?
I feel like when I was growing up, I grew up around people who talked about catering to the man, you know, when dating. You know, you should be this and this, you're supposed to be feminine, it's supposed to be big boy energy, and marriage was this thing. What do you mean our parents got married at 17, 18, 19, 21, 22? There was just that I'm a cater to you type of vibe when I was growing up. But when I grew older, I'm like, first of all, I want to have a career. I want to have some money. And also, we also grew up and realized that the systems were not working, because we got to witness firsthand what catering to you, wow, it comes with a lot of nonsense and a lot of rubbish. So now, you know, growing up, all I'm thinking about is, I want to have my money, because nobody is going to talk to me like an idiot because I don't have money. I want to have my own house. I want to have my own car. I want to have all of these things. So I think with our parents and their generation, they grew up thinking, namaliza high school or namaliza university, and then I get married, and then we start life with my partner. But you know, for me, it's just like, no, I wanna establish myself first. It's not that I don't want to get married or anything. It's just that I would rather do a me thing first. I would rather be more established before I decide to do life with somebody else first.
Yeah, and I completely agree with everything you said, because honestly, now we are not in the urgency of dating and getting married. Before it was like, umemaliza shule, ebu kuja nikupeleke mahali, and then suddenly you're somebody's wife.
Exactly.
Umetoka church kidogo, somebody saw you, they tell you, hey, the Lord has said you are my wife. In a dream, in a prayer, I was told you are to be my wife. And just like that, you're like, yeah, his Lord said, and therefore I am his wife. Like, funny stuff like that, the naivety that used to be around dating and around being with someone and around how you end up getting married or starting a relationship was very funny and cryptic. But now, as we said, we have Bumble, we have Hinge, we have is OkCupid still there?
Grindr.
OkCupid, we have Grindr, we have all sorts of dating sites where you can just go put in your information, and you know, you can find somebody who is interested in you and the way you look, and you can go on a date immediately after. However, somebody did tell me something, and I think I haven't been able to unsee it. Unfortunately, dating apps are in the business of getting people single. If everybody who joined a dating app met the love of their life, would they not exit the chat?
Exactly.
And therefore, they will continue making it even harder for you to find someone. They'll give you a large number of people, and then now it's like playing hit and miss. You try this one, no, you go back to the site. You try another one, no, you go
There's so
back to
many
the site.
options.
And all of them, unfortunately, are run by like one conglomerate. Like all the dating apps are like pretty much under one person. So they're in the business of giving you premium services, for you to get 100% accuracy. Pay for premium service so that you can be able to get your ideal match.
They're verified. You're not being catfished.
You're not being catfished. It's all really a big scam, because if everyone started dating and met the people that they interacted with for the first time based on the apps, they would probably stop using the apps. So just as you're doing that, remember that. However, when I say dating apps, I also forget to mention social media. Sliding into someone's DM, hitting them up. Next thing you know, I met my husband on... It used to be such a strange thing to say, I met my boyfriend on Instagram. But now, it's like, yeah, he just slid in my DMs, and here we are. Met on Snap. We met on WhatsApp. Nilipatiwa namba na mtu random. There's so many places. Facebook. So many places you can actually find love nowadays. So it's not limited to this particular interaction or mutuals. You are given a large option. So you choose what you want.
Okay. But the one I'm still not boarding, the trendy thing I'm not boarding, is the one where they're rethinking monogamy. Millennials and Gen Z rethinking the traditional structure of monogamy. Now listen, every day I open my eyes, there's a new term, kuna polyamory, kuna poly what, kuna poly this, kuna this. There's open relationships, there's swingers, there's voyeurism.
Voyeurs.
It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And I understand questioning something, but it's no longer, maybe we should explore this. It's now, meet me and my 2 girlfriends, meet me and my 7 boyfriends, meet me. And it's so normal that when you question it, you're just like, oh, hi boomer, you don't know, kwani ujui, kwani ulikuja town juzi. And I'm still not boarding because
situationships are normal.
Oh, situationships, my lord. It used to be courting. And I remember somebody who actually became very vulnerable, decided to become very vulnerable with us on Instagram. Karanja, where are you? Victor Peace. Where he says after being married for 7 years and re-entering the dating scene, he remembers katiaring a babe, and you go for ice cream and you talk and you talk and you text and you text, and there's chemistry and it's flowing. But these days it's situationships. Are we dating? Are we not dating? But we are bumping uglies. We are tunaonana kinyama, but nothing else. So it's very disorienting, to be honest. And sometimes I even question, am I really a millennial or Gen Z? Because I feel like it's too soon for me. But it's a thing now.
It really is. I think another issue, especially that was displayed when it came to Victor Peace's short little interesting video, was how people are really pushing the delay for personal growth by saying things along the lines of, oh, I don't want to be in a fully committed relationship. Like when you like someone, back in the day it used to be you like someone, you start chatting immediately. Nowadays if you like someone, you have to ujifungilie, ujifunge kibwebwe,
keep your feelings to yourself, man.
Excuse me, let me shut up my mouth. You don't immediately text them. I think I remember when I started dating, you used to be on the phone with someone for hours on end. Hours on end. Buko tu story. Let me call you back. Credit yangu imeisha. Oh, let me call you back. Ivo, whenever in rotation. Nimenunua airtime, let me call you. That was the thrill of dating. You tell them all your hopes, your dreams. You would talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. However, nowadays, the more angsty you look, the more available you look, the less attractive you are.
Me, I'm available, guys.
The more you are hitting me up immediately, I text you back immediately. There's no waiting. There's no, Kai, did you see my message? I saw red. Did he? Your anxiety is what apparently is doing the thing for most people. Personally, I feel like to each their own. That's the one place I refuse to agree. Me, if you like me, tell me.
Exactly.
If you want to speak to me, talk to me direct.
If you want me, you want me.
Wacha hizi corners. Hizi corner ni za nini? Ati lazima ningoje 1 hour ndio nikutumie message ulinitumia 3 hours ago.
Kama ulidelay pia mimi na delay.
The one you respond to quickly is have you eaten? That one immediately responds. And my mobile money number is. You know what I mean? Those ones are the ones people are responding to. But I think the one thing that I appreciate, however, is delaying gratification of a relationship until you've personally developed to the point where you're happy with yourself. The importance of self-reflection, the importance of having conversations about yourself, the importance of actually dealing with your traumas, childhood or otherwise, and coming to me as a whole person, very important. Very important. Do you know how sexy it is to have a conversation with someone who's not dealing with weird stuff like they don't give you money because their father gave their mother money and then their mother cheated on the father with somebody else? You know, like the dad provided everything in their relationship, and therefore the mother became comfortable. She ended up sleeping. You've heard the stories where she ended up sleeping with the Buddha guy, and then the father found out and it became a whole thing. These stories are hilarious to me because it's just a personal thing. It's a personal decision. Not everyone is like this. However, a lot of people are still dealing with a lot of traumas, and they do show them and exhibit them in relationships. So it's important for you to deal with your own personal stuff before you actually get into a relationship. And I believe that this is a good way to go.
Very, very true. Are we missing another one? I don't think so.
We have another one where it is prioritizing communication. In that, people used to be very, you remember those days, like I heard this story and it was so depressing. I think I watched it on Abel Mutua's YouTube video where he said he was talking to, someone was trying to help old wazés in a kachama. Like they're just farmers, helping them deal with taxes, right? And they were asking, do you pay for taxes and so on and so forth? And the guys are like, yeah, hiyo tunaona tumemalizia. Hiyo ikifika beginning of every month, beginning of every year, unalipa 5,000 yako, inaenda direct to KRA. KRA wako na 5,000 yangu every month. The guy's like, no, you know you're supposed to pay your taxes based on your income. They're like, oh, that is so interesting. And then the guy is like, okay, so you pay 5,000, but what is your monthly income? And these wazés were like, hiyo ni kama 6. Ako like, do you mean 600,000? Do you mean 6,000? No, 6 billion. And that was apparently the poorest of the group. Huyo anasema 6 billion. This farmer amevaa koti inainama hivi. Wanakwanga tu kwa tushamba. You know the way they meet up towards the edge. The least earning person there had 6 billion coming into his account every year.